I was listening to you talk, and what I was thinking was, what did you guys think when you came to the realization that Emory would call outside forces?
We knew that they would call Atlanta police, but we did not know that they would call them 2 hours in. We knew what we were doing was going to be dangerous, but we did not expect the state troopers immediately on deck attacking us, attacking students, especially since free speech and all that has been a big talk on state campuses. Students' voices need to be heard, and we're always like, you have to give your opinion, you have to vote. But when we state our opinions, we're immediately shut down, gunned down by rubber bullets, and we see our peers around us literally being attacked. May it be by media, may it be by individuals at these campuses who are faculty, may it be by the black man who was dapping up police officers for what they were doing to us.
Yeah, so I had a question. I think I want to make sure that we bring clarity to what was actually happening, right? So at Emory, we'll talk about Emory first, right? At Emory, was the situation, the protest, was it geared around Gaza and what's happening in Israel, or was it geared around Cop City, or was it a combination of both?
I would say it would be the most recent thing you just said. It is a combination of both, because Emory has ties to Cop City, same as the AUC does. All of our presidents in the AUC sit on the board of the Atlanta Committee for Progress, which is funding and spearheading this Cop City project, and is also contributing to gentrification in the black areas, such as where the AUC is located. But to answer your question, yes, it is both, because Emory has ties to Cop City, and Emory also has financial ties to the apartheid state of Israel. So while the main issue at hand is what's going on in Gaza right now, and you see all of these various student protests and encampments across the country, it's about time that such a hotbed of discrimination against black and brown bodies, such as Atlanta and Georgia, the state in general, it's time that we stand up and do something. But also Emory was simply a venue, because like I said, all Georgia colleges, even if you think about Georgia State, I don't know if you know about the GILI program, the Georgia International Law Enforcement Exchange, which sends American police officers to the state of Israel, the apartheid state of Israel, to learn protest repression tactics, to learn urban warfare. Even the idea of Cop City itself was inspired by what the Israeli military has been doing over the past decades, right? Because Little Gaza exists in Palestine, and that is essentially their rendition of Cop City. So it's all connected.
What do both of you say to the people, black people specifically, that say Cop City isn't even a black issue, and they try to pawn it off?
I'm going to explain it to you right here. So basically, the Truist Financial Corporation, all formerly known as SunTrust, was built up back then in the 1900s, late 1800s-ish. And that entire company literally made money off of the exploitative history that they have, where they increased police presence in black communities, they increased arrest, got these people in jail, and that's where we saw the chain labor, where basically black prisoners, because we know that jails are mostly made up of black people here in Atlanta, and 89% of the arrests made by APD are black people. So these fortunes that these companies had made off of Atlanta literally are built off of the exploitative convict labor. So we are connected, and we will forever be connected due to the fact that from the jump, they are making money off of black bodies. And now they want to arrest more of us. And along with that, this Truist Bank, also known as SunTrust, donated, I think, around $3 million to APF, Atlanta Police Foundation, in September of 2019. So as you can see, they have a continuous history of trying to detain us as black individuals, as people of color in Atlanta, and trying to get us in jails with these crazy charges. For example, some Emory students and people at Emory were charged with terrorism. Like domestic terrorism. Is that not crazy? And
just for the peaceful protest?
Exactly. Just for the peaceful protest.
Interesting.
So just to paint the picture again, y'all at Emory, tent set up, feeding people breakfast. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, tear gas, rubber bullets, Georgia State troopers pull up, arrest tase, detain students, professors, and anybody else in the crowd, but majority, would you say majority or the ones at least around you were black and brown students?
Majority black and brown students.
All right, so let's take it to the AUC now, right? So,
Well, I have a quick question really quickly.
oh, go ahead.
Did Emory not know that there was a protest that was about to happen? Was that not, because I feel sometimes in organizations or as you guys are organizing, they at least kind of get wind that a protest is coming of some sort. Did they not, like, how did that?
I mean, honestly, it is kept low key. It is kept under wraps, especially with encampments. As we've seen, shutdowns have been occurring all across the United States of students. There's been over 500 arrests since the encampment started. So we did try to keep it under wraps, but they had known because we got on the quad at 7:30. So for them to take less than 5 hours to shut us down, to make us retreat, to use those pepper balls on us, to use the tear gas on us, it's crazy. Like no other college had this fast of a crackdown on students.
I've read that, yeah.
So
It
we
felt
see.
preemptive. It felt okay. So this is just one of those situations where you guys have just you basically were blindsided by
Are you
this.
skeptical with headlines?
Blindsided by the behavior of the university. What I wanted to ask you about is something you alluded to with Biden coming to Morehouse and how everyone's upset. Why do you feel like? I mean, they obviously know that you guys are upset. The school knows you guys are upset. I'm sure Biden's people know you guys don't want him there. Why do you think he's still coming? Why would somebody still come somewhere they're unwanted?
Two reasons. The first being that Morehouse is an institution and a business, and building off of that, our current president is a capitalist.
Okay. Now, usually I have nothing wrong. I don't think anything's wrong with being a capitalist. But when it's between being a capitalist and being black, kind of easy decision sometimes. So tell me what that means to you.
What it means to me, and the reasoning for his decision is that anything that he can do to paint Morehouse on a national scale as this center, as this great American institution, undermining what it's all about at the end of the day is black people, black men, right? Going into the world and being the next change makers and being the next trailblazers and walking in the footsteps of Dr. Martin Luther King and all of these other activists that they always bring up. The decisions that have been made by our current president since he's come into office at Morehouse reflects a different direction for the school. It reflects a direction of wanting the approval of other groups, of other institutions, of even politically, right? It's what I would call this, my good friend Al-Mahdi Holly, Georgia State representative who was an alumni of Morehouse, called this move political blackface.
There we go. There we go. I like that. Political blackface. You heard it here first.
Yeah, it's political blackface because, as we already know, we've already heard from this man. If you don't vote for me, you ain't black.
Right.
Who are you to tell me who I am or who I'm not?
Yes.
Because of I don't subscribe to this two-party system that historically has not worked out, especially for us. Because I don't know if you've seen that episode of Blackish years ago, right? But they say even when Obama got into office, did things really get better in the hood?
No, it
Did
did.
things really change for us as a people on a large scale? And all these presidents now, they come in, the way they try to get our black voters, they say, look what I've done for
They
you.
pander to you.
Yeah, they show you receipts. They say, look what I've done for you in the past 4 years. Look at how I gave you a stimulus check. When you needed me, I was there.
How do you
So,
feel?
hold up. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to ask, how do you feel as a Morehouse student, as members of the AUC? You guys are new to college or whatever, so this is your first time seeing the political cycle just swing through while you're in school. But how does it feel to be the ones, before you never knew, but how does it feel to be the ones that they're actively trying to use as political fodder?
It feels dismissive of us.
You guys are supposed to be the black people in the pictures when they come through and everybody's like shaking hands. They're not really supposed to hear y'all.
Exactly.
They're supposed to see y'all in the pictures, you know what I'm saying? You with the nice afro, you know what I'm saying, protecting yourself from everybody else. They just want you guys in the photos and nobody ever really comes back to follow through on those promises. So how does that make you feel?
I think it was crazy because back when I first came to Spelman in around November, there was a lady who came onto campus. She told us that this man who she was trying to get us to get on the ballot was for us and that he was what's it called? He was a liberal who wanted free college and whatnot.
Was that Robert Kennedy?
I don't remember who it was.
Bernie Sanders?
Okay.
But literally, we look up the name. Why is it a Republican from middle of nowhere, Iowa, for the church? I'm like, wait a damn minute.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, you're okay,
That's
okay.
fine.
Yeah. I was like, wait. So then I had taken the pictures, the signatures that she got and ripped them, and she's took them back, and that was a whole argument at that sense. I do think that Spelman and the AUC in general need to have a crackdown on having these people on our campuses, because it's like, if the clubs on our campuses, for example, Fair Fight U, which was started by Stacey Abrams in the 90s, isn't allowed to get people to register to vote. Why are you trying to have people vote for this person or write our names on ballots for people?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. We got to go to break. If you have any more questions for Anwar or Mel, call us up right now. Des, what's the number?
44726-1380.
We are talking Cop City, Israel versus Palestine, the AUC, Emory University, college students standing up, Gen Z protesting.
Politics.
We'll be right back on Voice in the Streets Unfiltered.